Hello, hello, and welcome, my Pisces collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers. Welcome to our timeless work, career, and vocation reading. I am your reader, fellow Pisces Moon, Mark Angela Lyons, Mal for short. They are my initials. I'm a professional witch, professional intuitive, the president of Drawing the Circle Productions Incorporated since 1998, author of 2 books with a third one in process. The first one is called Spell Ingredients from a Professional Witch. The second one is called Words of Grace from a Professional Witch. There's a Kindle version available of Words of Grace, and the link in the description box where you can click it and preview the first chunk of it for free, including the table of contents, which will reveal that the book is primarily divided into chakra chapters. There are chakras in this reading. You may find it of benefit. The only place, however, to find the original version of Words of Grace, which is a Fellini film fest, compared to the Kindle version, as well as the only place to find my first book, Spell Ingredients for Professional, which would be over on patreon.com in our digital shop. Anybody can shop in the digital shop, whether they are subscribers or not. There are audios, there are videos. The audios and videos have free previews now, which is just really, really cool. So you can watch them and dip a toe if you so like. Some of my subscribers get those audios, videos, and ebooks as part of their benefit package, as they say over on Patreon. But most of my subscribers, if not all of them, get certain benefits in common. They get a daily check-in when I send them an unlisted YouTube live stream link pretty much every single morning. Did it this morning. We chat about the day's astrological weather, the magical applications, the spiritual implications, always ending with spiritual practice of some kind, a blessing, a prayer, a meditation, something to send us on our way. Wisest way for this witch to start the day, considering my work, career, and vocation in this lifetime. They also get all the extended readings, all the part 2s to the part 1s here on YouTube. All of my extended readings are timeless and relationship stuff based. Let's just say relationship stuff based, as well as they get a significant discount when it comes to booking me for private sessions and spiritual counseling. We'll talk about that at the end of the video if you want to hang out for it. But it is the coolest thing I've ever done. They keep giving us more and more opportunities over there on Patreon. You can follow us for free. I make content specifically for those who follow us for free. I mean, my subscribers get to see it too, as well as you can 7-day free trial us as a seeker or a human. Dip a toe if you like, but if you want the discount, you gotta stay for at least a month and book me during that month. That's only fair, right? So I love it. It's just the best thing I've ever done in my work, career, and vocation, particularly since I work from home, and I'm in my new home in Saratoga Springs in the studio temple. My cats are sleeping, so I'm taking advantage of that. So yeah, click the link, check it out. We're having a field day over there. Come Patreon on Patreon, because I'm the Archangel of Lions, Mark Angela Lyons, but you may just call me Mal. It's easier to remember. Hi, my Pisceans and cross-watchers. We're going to do some explanation for the new fishy family, the Mer people. Mer. And their cross-watchers. If you've heard all before, feel free to jump ahead. So welcome, new fishy family and cross-watchers. We are doing what's called a 3 levels of power reading. 3 levels of power I learned from Caroline Myss, MYSS, PhD. These are her archetype cards. Author of Sacred Contracts, Anatomy of the Spirit, Defy Gravity, Entering the Castle, and on and on and on. All life-changing for me. 3 levels of power, 3 archetypal or symbolic lenses that you can look at something larger and break it into 3 categories. In this case, our life purpose through our work, career, and vocation. I've been doing these readings for a very, very long time since I learned about the 3 levels of power from Myss. And there is a link in the description box of one of her videos talking about the 3 levels of power if you would like a little bit more info than I can possibly give here and now. These readings are long enough. So we're going to be using 11 cards. We're going to use 3 Caroline Myss archetype cards to represent what's going on in the 8th chakra that hovers over our head like a satellite. Again, I learned this from Caroline Myss in her book Anatomy of the Spirit. It acts like a satellite, sending down the codes to all the other chakras underneath it, shifting what we attract and what we repel in our electromagnetic fields, whether we are aware of it or not. And most of the time we're not, unless you're really intuitive and say, hey, something just shifted, right? So that we have the free will to no longer delay what cannot be prevented in our fulfilling our life purpose, what we agreed to do when we we came in here through how we survive, work, how we create, career, and our spiritual calling, our vocation. So we're going to get 3 of those face down. We won't see them right away. Then the next 4 chakras down, we'll get 1 card each, work, career, and vocation, with the Daughters of the Moon Tarot, a goddess, feminist, feminism deck. I love it dearly. I've been reading this deck longer than any other deck. For the heart, third eye crown chakra, the internal, the feminine dynamic. We'll be using the Mythic Tarot, another deck that I love very, very much because it's all Greek mythology. For the lower 3 chakras, the masculine, the yang dynamic, looking at ourselves from the outside like in a mirror, or I should say, looking from the inside out at relationships in the physical world, right? Groups, people, places, things, as well as our relationship to ourselves, who we want to be in the world. Then once all 9 of those cards are face down, work, career, vocation, we are going to flip them. Then first work, then career, then vocation. Then we're going to get a whisper of Lord Ganesha. Lord Ganesh, the elephant-headed Hindu god of success, prosperity, and remover of obstacles. We'll talk about that obstacles when we get the Caroline Mace cards down. And he's wonderful. I love Ganesh very, very, very much. A very long relationship with Lord Ganesh. And then we are going to end with a Mat Khan healing mantra, because I always do, because they work if you work them, to bring it all together, because it's all about healing, honestly. Like, what did we come here to do in this life? We came here to heal ourselves, to help heal others, and to help heal all of life on planet Earth, including the aminals and the plants, right? So, yeah, I think that's enough explanation. Certainly, I'm ready to get into the divination, so let's do that. The shift from one to the other happens in the still point. So both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath if you will. And I promise you, I will do anything within my power to help anyone fulfill what they came in to do in this lifetime, fulfilling their life purpose, because as one of us does it even a little bit, we all move forward. It's an upward spiral, so as one of us does it, we all take another step forward for happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser lives, in a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser way, for a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser world. That's what I signed up for, apparently. Believe me, I could have been a lawyer in the family firm. No. Woo, quantum timelines. So let's get up in it. Let's get into that still point. It's one of my favorite things to do, and you'll hear me do it several times. Let's do this. Please, take a nice deep breath. Still point. Let us begin. Pantheonic override. A place for everything, and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space, for the well-being of all and with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. My beloved pantheons of the divine, what are the dominant archetypes in the 8th chakra for us Pisces collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and our cross-watchers who are watching this video and drawn to this reading to fulfill, to alchemize our shadow to light, our lead to gold, our pain to peace, our toxicity to health in our work. What's the dominant archetype going on for us in our career? And what's the dominant archetype going on for us in our vocation? Like I said, we're going to get these 9, that's 3 of 9. We're going to get them all face down, and then we'll flip them over 1, 2, 3. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Goddesses override. A place for everything and everything in its place, but all where it belongs in time and space, for the well-being of all and with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. My beloved goddesses, what's going heart, third eye crown for us, Pisces, and our cross-watchers in our work. What's going on heart, third eye crown in our career. What's going on heart, third eye crown in our vocation for this timeless work, career, vocation read. Because it's our reading, not theirs. Here we go. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. God's override. A place for everything and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space. For the well-being of all and with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. My beloved gods, what's going on? Lower 3 chakras, outside in, inside out. First level of power, work. What's going on there? Second level of power, career. Lower 3 chakras, please. And lower 3 chakras for our vocation. In this timeless Work-Career-Vocation read. All right, here we go. We've got the Damsel, ooh, with the Empress, ooh, and the Queen of Wands. Okay, so let's do this. Written on the card here is the shadow attribute and the light attribute. I call this lead, this gold. 3 archetypal symbolic elements in between lead and gold on the periodic table that cannot be created or destroyed. They can only be transmuted, transformed, released, forgiven, surrendered. Pick your spiritual language. The Damsel is a feminine family archetype, but it does not mean anything about being biologically female or otherwise. Anyone can have the Damsel. You can have an archetypal reason, a season or a lifetime. She comes and goes as needed, although I feel like I've had some seasons, but in a season of a lifetime that could be like 6 years, right? So written here as the shadow or the lead, waiting for a night to provide for you. Waiting for the night, whoa. Seduction by romantic illusions, hello. Hello, hello. The light we're shooting for here. Understanding the nature of healthy romance, inspiring you to rely on yourself. So this could be a romantic thing at work, or the romantic notion that I know someday a better job will come. You know what I mean? That sort of wishing and yearning. But the gold here inspires you to rely on yourself. That's when things don't work out in the outside world. It's not that we screwed it up, it's that we are taking steps forward in empowerment, usually to tap into what's going on the inside, particularly with the feminine family archetype. And we got the Empress, Mawu, come on. It's all of the queens in the court cards of the tarot, right? So fire, earth, air, and water. The spirit Queen, the mother of the maiden, mother, and crone in the Daughters of the Moon Tarot. Now, the way I read in a chakra thing, there we go, like this, is Major Arcana card kind of unifies all of the chakras in that zone. So immense creativity, all of the fixed signs, right, all of the queens, so very much that pregnancy and that gestation. And Mabu is giving birth to the baby, to a baby on the back of an elephant. So, you know, there's some trust and some commitment there for that. So whatever is going on, there is this intense, it is the divine feminine card, just like the Emperor would be the divine masculine card. Absolutely our ability to create, but that's on the inside, right? On the outside, we have another court. Well, we have your first court, our first court card. One of the queens, the Queen of Wands here, which is the Leo card. You can tell by all the cats on the card there. This could be somebody in your work. Do they have to be Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising? It doesn't matter to me, honestly. In a general read, when I'm talking with a client, we kind of figure out who that is. But I, for one, am Mars conjunct Leo rising. So if I were to take this reading personally, for agreements, trying not to do that, at least not till later, then that could be, you know, me using my, what? 5th house dynamic Leo, creativity and good fortune. So that really lines up here. Like, this makes a lot of sense if you want to see, you know, regardless of Leo placements, yourself there as someone who's like, no, I've got focus, I've got fixed fire. I can focus my intention, my will, my passion, and my creativity in that way, maybe giving that creativity a voice there. I like that. Again, could be somebody else as well, right? Can certainly be a dominant male or female dealing with that. Ooh, second level of power. Mediator, a wisdom family archetype. Ooh, with the Ten of Blades on the inner, which is not as horrible as we usually see with the Ten of Swords. And another queen. Oh, this is what queen, please. Taurus, the Queen of Pentacles, second house dynamic. life values, right? Yes, money and prosperity and durable goods like a home and a car and stuff like that. But those are things that we value. Our health. To me, honesty is such a life value to me because I've been lied to and gaslit. I'm like, no, no, no. I will never not trust my intuition ever again. If something's off, darling, something's off. Now, I will say, this is Penelope, the wife of Odysseus or Ulysses in Greek mythology, the Odyssey and all of that, just waiting for him to get home. Really, it was supposed to come right back. I sent him out for a pack of camels, but they were probably literal camels. Sorry. I have to keep my sense of humor with this. But there is something very grounded here. Now, let's look at the mediator, the shadow attribute, negotiating with an ulterior motive or hidden agenda, either professionally or personally. And that's what I mean. Like when people lie in mediating situations, right? They got their thumb on the scale, the light attribute or the gold, gift for negotiating fairness and strategy in personal and professional life, respect for both sides of an argument. So look, if there is a weird romantic entanglement going on here, doesn't mean it's toxic necessarily, but it might be a little uncomfortable. But then again, that can be your romance and your love for what you do, right? So to be able to have respect for both sides of an argument, to do this in a fair and balanced way, different than the judge archetype, which is also a wisdom family archetype, but the mediator is usually that person in the middle who brings people together into some kind of fairness. Like if you go in a arbitration with lawyers and stuff like that. All right. Now, with the Ten of Blades on the inner, this card is called the rattle. It is the passing of the talking stick, right? So you get together a bunch of people. Everybody has stuff they want to say. So this ceremony was very much made fun of in the 90s, which really pissed me off because it is whoever holds the rattle or the talking stick is the one who talks, and everybody else has to give full attention to the person holding that stick until it goes, and then it goes all the way around. So everybody has their say, so every voice gets heard. Now on the inner, this can be realization, a mental realization, very third eye, but with that talking stick, it can also include the throat chakra. This does feel like for the mediator working in the gold, right? No, everybody's going to have their say in this, particularly if there are collaborations of something of high value here, right? Where it's like, okay, what is your vision for this? Your turn, right? And what is your vision, right? What do you have to bring to the table, right? How do you want to do this, right? Feels very, very good. And again, this could be us from the outside looking in. That I have no planets in Taurus. I have I have Taurus in my 10th house, which is highest potential. So my values, my core values, right, are very, very key. Like, I don't lie. I refuse to. I refuse to lie. I mean, I have to be diplomatic AF, because, you know, some days I just want to rip their faces off verbally with the truth. But as His Holiness the Dalai Lama has said, truth without compassion is brutality, and I don't want to have to reincarnate just for that. You know what I mean? Journey, working on it. Let's look. Our spiritual power, the angel. Oh, my angel, fly over me, angel. Divine family archetype. Now, the shadow sounds a little cuckoo bananas. Acting innocent or angelic to mislead others. Well, that's not so cuckoo bananas. But falsely claiming to be in touch with angelic guidance. Honey, my name's Mark Angelo Elias, and the Archangel of Light is written into my name. So what does that look like, by the way? Falsely in touch with angelic guidance. Oh, Archangel Michael says you're an asshole, right? It's like, no. I mean, he might, but, you know, you don't say that to somebody. However, the light that we're shooting for, and this is real high vibe, life purpose stuff in our vocation, helping others in need with no expectation of return. And I have to keep that. I have to keep my wings open, my crown open, my halo a-glowing, in order to serve people, even if it's just for a reason. Like for, just as an example, I go to Market 32 here to get my groceries, and sometimes Aldi's, you know, sometimes you got to go to different places to get different things. And I'm just always really kind to people. It's like, I don't care if they're kind back. That's not the point. Like, they don't have to reciprocate, right? But certainly, angel, the word angel means messenger of light, messenger of God, ancient Hebrew, right? So what's going on the inner? Woo! Four of Swords. Now I know it looks swords. I know it looks like the Two of Swords because she's blindfolded, sitting on a very uncomfortable bench with two swords balanced on her shoulders, but she's got two underneath her. So I don't see this so much as the blindfolded and bound card of the two. The word on it, however, is deception. So there seems to be a little bit of a thing about truth going on here, but oftentimes this is about us not seeing clearly. However, Four of Swords is a card of rest. All of the fours numerologically are about rest and stability, and then you go into the five, with it, which is a change of some kind. So this can be really looking at the guidance that you've received, right? And allowing it to disillusion you. Because the opposite of disillusionment is illusionment. And as Pisces, that's not helpful, right? We can believe all sorts of, and, you know, but there's always a higher truth. That's the thing. So even if you think you have found the ultimate truth, there's always a higher level of consciousness. So regardless of your relationship with angels, just, you know, pick your pantheon of divine gods, ascended masters, whatever. Definitely there is guidance coming in here that you can just give out there, but just really make sure that you what? Rest, right? Four of Pentacles, Four of Swords. That you rest, that you integrate, that you see through. Is it possible? How may I see beyond what I believe to be true in order to see the truth is a good opening starter to a prayer. And we've got the Temperance card. Iris, the goddess of the rainbow, 2 cups, 1 silver, 1 gold. She's pouring the gold cup into the silver cup. A card of alchemy. Alchemy takes 3 elements. It takes time, it takes heat, and it takes pressure. And if you look up tempering metal, you'll see that, yes, it does. It makes the metal stronger, but what it has to go through, right? You take a sword, for example, right? And you put it in the fire. You take it out and you hammer it, and you fold it in on itself, and you put it in the fire, right? There are so many YouTubes about tempering metal, YouTube videos that are just fascinating to me, what they put that stuff through, but it makes it eventually unbreakable. So this is going to take time. This is going to take patience. Be very loving, very patient with yourself, and absolutely pay attention to your lower 3 chakra intuitive voices. They all have different voices. So the relationship with that, so the mind can be saying, and the gut can be going, right? So to integrate that does take time, patience, and let's call the Temperance card what it is, not just a card of spiritual alchemy, but a card of healing. Yeah. So I kind of like that she's got wings, right? Like an angel with the angel archetype, but there's something going on in the mental field there, right? Because we're all taught things growing up for thousands and thousands of years passed down, right? That are just not true, right? So, you know, that's okay. There is a learning curve, and if we are willing, throat chakra, to do this, then really this feels very creative, very fertile, fixed with those 2 queens there. But I love that we have, of the 2 major arcana cards, we've got the goddess, the damsel, the empress, and temperance. That feels really lovely. So let's ask Lord Ganesha what he thinks about all of this to help us remove those obstacles between lead and gold all together, all at one time. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Lord Ganesha, override. A place for everything and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space. For the well-being of all and with harm to none. As we will it. So that it be done. Beloved Lord Ganesha, what is your wise, loving, empowered oracle message to help us Pisces collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and our cross-watchers watching this video, drawn to this reading, alchemize our shadow to light, our lead to gold, our pain to peace, our toxicity to health, shifting from fear to love, from illusion to truth, fulfilling our life purpose in our work, career, vocation. Oop, there you are, for this timeless work, career, and vocation read. Guidance. There we go. It's right there, right? Falsely claiming to be in touch with angelic guidance, so this would definitely mean maybe we've heard some things along the way that made sense at the time. Think positively, feel good all the time. Otherwise, your vision board will explode, right? Nope, it does not work that way. It used to work that way in the third and fourth dimension, but as we anchor the fifth unity consciousness, darling, the game has changed drastically and much more loving as well. Now, this is the Trimurthus that Ganesh, oh baby Ganesh, is there. Card number 33 there. Because we all have access to guidance, and it's not enough to just access it. You gotta actually act on it. So this one's really long, but I think you'll dig it. Guidance is all about learning to communicate with your soul and discovering and manifesting your purpose. And bingo, was its name-o. Ganesh is worshipped and adored by the Trimurthus, or the Trinity of Hinduism, which is made up of Vishnu, Shiva, and Brahma. The story goes that during the period of dissolution, the water and wind were demolished, and the earth evaporated. Vishnu, Brahma, and Shiva wandered the earth to determine what was causing this dissolution. The gods discovered a huge aura of light where Ganesh was enshrined. The Trimurthus immediately bowed to Ganesh in reverence and began to worship and praise him. They requested that Ganesh bless them. Ganesha entrusted the gods with 3 separate duties. Vishnu is the preserver, so they keep things going, right? Shiva is the destroyer, and Brahma is the creator. Now, if you think about that, that's also in our digestive system. It's just part of the cycle, the 3 gunas, if you will, Gunas. Guidance is based on communication. The soul can send you messages through symbols, synchronicity, hunches, sudden inspiration, dreams, and even direct channeling. Consciously connecting with your guides, heightening your psychic abilities, and fine-tuning your skills to be present and to pay attention are all important parts of learning to receive guidance. As you open up, your soul begins to communicate your inner purpose for this lifetime for you, which is exactly what these readings are for. When you learn to hear and recognize its promptings, your life starts to take on a magical quality. Remember that you can ask Ganesh to support you in creating a raised awareness. Do that right now. Make a point to look at spirituality from a new perspective that may be unfamiliar to you, which might very well be what's going on there with that 4 of blades in our vocation. Be willing to talk to people whose experiences and beliefs are different from your own. That could be those queens, not queen. It could be, you know, the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles here. You may need to move out of your comfort zone in order to do this. You will be all the richer for it. If you are concerned about getting true information about your personal life from a psychic or intuitive, you can prepare for it by asking from your heart to receive information that is for your highest good, which if you catch the prayers I do every time a card hits the table, there it is. That's my prayer constantly. Be sure your motivations are pure. You can ask the psychic to channel the words that your own soul wants you to hear to further your spiritual growth. Dunsey onesie. Rely on your intuition and trust your inner knowledge. This is such a Pisces read. Rather than your intelligence and conscious mind. There we go. 3rd level of power there. Watch for synchronicities and opportunities. Trust your instincts and pay attention as your messages can turn up in from a variety of sources. Be attentive to your dreams. You may want to keep a dream journal. Synchronicities are likely now. It is possible that a pleasant surprise will be coming your way soon in regard to your work. Bonus. This could even be a new job opportunity. The gods Vishnu, Shiva, and Brahma may represent the different male energies in your life. That's interesting. Engage in the energy of men in your life, or in the energy of the Trimurthus to assist you with the task at hand. And I just made a new friend, a Leo, who's a lawyer, and I was thinking about making some changes to the company and, you know, figuring out who I'm going to leave all my stuff to eventually. Interesting. Shall we? Last card down, as I said, the Macan Healing Mantra. These work if you work them. I know all the mantras, I just don't know everything into Bookie Book. So, let's see what the Ascended Masters have to say. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Ascended Masters Override. Place for everything and everything in its place, but all where it belongs in time and space for the well-being of all and with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. Beloved Ascended Masters, what is the perfect healing mantra to help us Pisces collectives and our cross-watchers fulfill our life purpose, alchemizing our shadow to light, our lead to gold, our pain to peace, shifting from toxicity to health, from fear to love, from illusion to truth in this timeless work-career-vocation reading. Acknowledging apprehension. I love this one. When it's a yes, nothing can stop me. When I'm unsure, it's always a no. All right? So, am I being lied to? Yes. Got it, right? Do I want to do this? No. It's a no for now, and I add to that, right? It's always a no for now, meaning sometimes I need to rehydrate, sometimes I need to take a nap, sometimes I need to eat something, right? Sometimes I just need to back away and see it from a more tempered point of view. So shall we? Come on. Allowing appreciation, acknowledging apprehension. Now, apprehension is a quality of the ego. It's trying to avoid pain and suffering, or it's trying to avoid loss and all of that stuff. So it's essentially a form of worry. So acknowledging that is important. Otherwise, it runs the show. See what I'm saying? It's just we go on automatic. And don't beat yourself up for when that happens, particularly if you're a vibrational and or emotional empath, because you could be feeling people next door. You don't know what's going on, and you take it personally. Don Miguel Ruiz, please pick up the courtesy telephone. When it's a yes, nothing can stop me. If I'm unsure, it's always a no. For now, in parentheses for me. When apprehension is acknowledged, you become aware of a constant back and forth between polarities. As this back and forth movement occurs, it can feel nearly impossible to make decisive, empowering choices. As you acknowledge any apprehension, recognize that it is either your heart trying to warn you of an old choice or pattern you're about to repeat, sort of on the table there, or it is a sense of unworthiness that makes you unsure about how to step onto the biggest stage you dream of commanding. Now, knowing the difference between those two, right, and moving forward, it would make sense. So, oh, something's off. Let me feel this out, right? Let me bring this into healing, into congruency. The power of discernment bubbles closer to the surface the more often your apprehensions are acknowledged. In other words, keep pushing it down. It takes over. And then we look back and go, why did I do that, right? And it is needed to determine which of these two options is true. So is it your heart saying, oh, no, we have done this before, do not do this? Or, but if I do this, I'll be a star, or whatever. This mantra is ideal for resolving indecisiveness, balancing impulsive behaviors, and trusting your instincts. And instincts are very much lower 3 chakras, which really, this feels like if you're in any kind of like spiritual service, which doesn't mean, you have to own a crystal store, or it doesn't mean you have to be a reader, or just being like you're really trying to integrate your spirituality into your work career from the point of view of your vocation here, then do understand that sometimes as empaths, we can be overly forgiving. Now look, I'm a student and teacher of A Course in Miracles, which is all about quantum forgiveness, but the work has to start within, right? So sometimes it's like, oh yes, I absolutely forgive you, but you're not coming back in until I see your behavior has really changed for good. And if you're just changing it to get in my good graces, then the second I let you in, you're going to revert right back, right? So, these are the things that we need to deal with, because yes, sure, we want to give people second chances 9 times out of 10, but to really trust with that, particularly with this mediator, there might be something shady going on here that you are being asked to make a decision about moving forward or not moving forward. So taking the time to acknowledge apprehension is a form of self-love that always pays off. So even if it's like my family's like, come on, let's go out and have dinner, and I'm like, nope, it's not about them. It could be about me. It just doesn't feel right. I'm not up for it today. But other times it's like, oh, that's a yes, let's do that. And 9 times out of 10, I never regret it when I do that, right? So acknowledging apprehension. So if you are new, we always put these together in what I call a bless summation, a combination of a blessing and summation. We will then chat about stuff if you want to hang out after that. But this officially will conclude the reading, although you never know what's going to pop out of my mouth when I do this. Direct channeling, because it's my channel, not yours. Please take a nice deep breath. Oh, Trixie and Katya, praise you both. Still point. Shut off the heat. As I call upon my pantheons of the divine, still point, may we end as we began. Oh, our guides, masters, teachers, gods, goddesses, saints, angels, totems, healers, ancestors, and higher selves all the way back to source. May we be blessed with all that we need. Us, Pisces, collective sun, moon, rising, Venus signs, and our cross watchers. All that we need to alchemize our shadow to light, our lead to gold, our pain to peace, shifting from toxicity to health, fear to love, illusion to truth in our life purpose. So in our work, we can embrace the embracing and understanding the nature of healthy romance, inspiring ourselves to rely upon ourselves, and we certainly have the divine feminine power within us, with Ma Wu as the Empress, all 4 of those chakras firing and giving us the creative solutions that we need, perhaps as we shine our light, like Leo's the Queen of Wands, or dealing with somebody of that ilk for good or not good. But with the romantic stuff, really, that could bring up some apprehension in the work space. And so that in our career, we can embrace our gifts for negotiating fairness and strategy in personal and professional life, which feels like is going on here, with respect for both sides of the argument, even if we don't agree, while we allow every voice within us to be heard, passing the rattle, but particularly acknowledging our apprehension while we stay grounded in fixed earth. That Taurus energy being grounded in our life values for honesty, for truth, for integrity, for authenticity, and hopefully for some transparency in this situation, which is going to bring us much value and maybe even some much needed fairness in terms of financial wealth in our career, and so that in our vocation we can help those in need with no expectation of return from a spiritual place, but that we really check our own deceptions and our own delusions, that we take the time, good old 4 of Swords, go within, mental healing, mental rest, prayer, meditation, essentially the still point, while we temper what needs to be going on, really bringing our soul into the body more and more and more, integrating the soul, allowing the ego to be integrated by the soul, which it takes time, it takes heat, and it does take pressure of a situation, and that we can ask for the guidance from Lord Ganesha, whoever, whatever, in our pantheonic schemata of the divine, to from outside in, inside out, our own intuitive voices, as well as with other people there, so that we can acknowledge apprehension. Because if it's off, something's off. We need to trust that more and more, and that is also a learning curve, because when it's a yes, nothing can stop us. But when we're unsure, it's always a no, at least for now. And may we be blessed with all that we need to heal, to grow, to learn, to evolve, to be the best that we can be, fulfilling our life purpose in our work, career, and vocation, for happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser lives, in a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser way, for a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser world, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done. So would it be. And so it is. And there's something very fierce feeling about this. Ooh, fierce. Sasha. If you liked the reading, please do hit the like button. Help other Pisces and cross-watchers find it. Comment if you like. And if you want more of me here, I'm not stopping anytime soon. Subscribe, because I'm a frickin' hoot. But if you want the deeper dive, more magic, more miracles, more mysticism, more Malcolm, Patreon on Patreon, just go check out the store. The store is a hoot. And now that I've got all the back catalog on there, I am going to be making new digital products for that. I'm very excited to do. My subscribers are a field day. I love them. Seekers, humans, heroes, angels, witches, immortals, mystics, gods, goddesses. The majority of them get the daily check-ins, the extended readings, but all of my subscribers get the extensive discount as long as they are subscribers, right? You can follow us for free, which is lovely. I love my free followers. We're getting more and more of them. It really inspires me to just put stuff out there that I really, well, sometimes it's advanced content. Eventually other people will see it, but most of the time it is exclusive just to my followers over there. Usually about something going on in my life personally that I found and shared with them. But honestly, it is the best thing I have ever done, right? You can follow us, you get free trial us for 7 days as Seeker or Human. So click the link, check it out, come Patreon on Patreon. I'm the Archangel of Lions, Mark Angelo Lyons, told ya. But you can just call me now. And if you'd like to book me for one of their private sessions, because I've been doing them forever, it feels like in this lifetime. There's a YouTube video, a link in the description box called Booking Private Sessions with Mel, and that's pretty. Right, explains everything you need to know about booking a private session with me, but perhaps we're afraid to ask what I charge, why I charge it, the Patreonic discount there, what I will, what I won't, what I do, what I don't, and the most important thing I say, and I will die on this hill, alright? I've never turned anybody away because of lack of finances for a reading or spiritual counseling. Where there's a witch, there's a way. I'm a witch, so there's a way. So click the link, watch the video. It makes my mom laugh, and it's kind of a fun video considering it's about work. Otherwise, I gotta say, this makes sense. But look, I know as a Pisces moon, depending, on where the planets are for you, that it's often really, really hard to trust our gut, right? To trust our heart, to trust what we are getting. So slow it down, take some time. Is it time to act on this? And if something goes, take a break, right? Pull back. And honestly, this mantra has been life-saving for me. So I love this read for us. And we've got this, right? We are intuitive beings, 12th house, Pisces. We're connected to the collective unconscious, which is very hard to say. So I believe in us. We got this. All we got to do is just keep swimming, swimming, swimming. I love you, my Pisceans. Hang in there. We saved the best for last as usual. I love you. We've got this. Heal, hail, farewell. Third eye kiss and blessed, blessed be.